One fine day in May, Mrs. Nichols opened up her classroom and began getting her materials and lessons ready for the day ahead of her for her kindergarten class. We should read a book together in our groups, Mrs. Nichols thought. So she selected The Fat Cat Sat on the Mat by Nurit Karlan from her classroom library. After lunch, students got into their reading groups and waited for Mrs. Nichols' instruction. Mrs. Nichols got all of her students' attention by using her freeze cue, which is waterfall, shh, and the students looked at Mrs. Nichols for their next instruction. She then said, "I want everyone to open their book to the first page." While Mrs. Nichols observed students opening their books, she realized that none of her class knew which page was the first page because everyone opened the book from the back. Mrs. Nichols thought, "This certainly will not do. What should I do?" So she said, think. Then she said, "I've got it. I know. Everyone, please sit down on the rug for a class meeting." As her students got down on the rug, she took a seat by them with the book that they would be reading and said, "This is the front of the book." She flipped the book over and showed them the back. She opened the book and showed them the title page. She closed the book and showed them the spine. After that, she had students get their own books and show her the front of the book, and then the back of the book, followed by the spine and the title page. She then held her book forward and began to sing front cover, back cover, spine, and title page. Front cover, back cover, spine, and title page. And then she asked her students to sing along with her. And they all began singing front cover, back cover, spine, and title page. Front cover, back cover, spine, and title page. Then Mrs. Nichols sent all of her students back to their desks for them to begin reading their story together. While they were in their groups, Mrs. Nichols said, "Show your partners the front cover, the back cover, the spine, and the title page." And they all began to sing together, front cover, back cover, spine, and title page, while showing which place was where.
Created using Powtoon.